Harris' first solo interview proves candidate is unprepared for office, say online critics. Never have seen a politician this nervous, this unprepared for the office they are running for, one ex-user opined. Social media users declared that Vice President Kamala Harris' first solo sit-down interview this week proved that she does not have what it takes to assume the office of the presidency. Harris' interview with Philadelphia's 6 ABC anchor Brian Taff went viral on social media Friday as it featured her giving answers that were criticized as being overlong and devoid of substance about her actual economic policies. Harris critics on X claimed that the conversation proved her unfitness for office. "Oh my goodness, this is an absolute train wreck," digital strategist Greg Price wrote about the interview on the social media platform. The vice president's interview took a ton of heat online for one answer in particular, where she gave a meandering response about growing up middle class to a direct question about what policy she will enact to provide economic relief to Pennsylvanians. "When we talk about bringing down prices and making life more affordable for people, what are 1 or 2 specific things you have in mind for that?" Taff asked. Harris replied, stating, "Well, I'll start with this. I grew up a middle-class kid. My mother raised my sister and me. She worked very hard. She was able to finally save up enough money to buy our first house when I was a teenager." The Democratic candidate continued, "I grew up in a community of hard-working people, construction workers and nurses and teachers, and I try to explain to some people who may not have had the same experience. A lot of people will relate to this." At first, Harris declined to mention any policy, continuing to go on about growing up in a neighborhood of folks who are very proud of their lawn. After more dialogue about her mother, she finally touted her proposals to give startup businesses a $50,000 tax deduction and new homebuyers a $25,000 down payment assistance. For some ex-users, the answer offered more proof of Harris being unqualified for office. Daily Wire reporter Ryan Saavedra wrote, "This interview that Kamala Harris gave is truly staggering. Never have seen a politician this nervous, this unprepared for the office they are running for, and this clueless headed into an election. Kind of scary, to be honest." Culture reporter Matt Kaddish remarked, "Usually going through the primary process weeds out the people who aren't ready for prime time." Womp, womp. Author Tim Murtaugh claimed, "Kamala Harris is getting roasted over her first solo, taped TV interview tonight, and there are no Democrat accounts out here defending her." The Trump War Room X account compared Harris' interview answers to similar answers she gave during her debate with former President Trump. The account stated Kamala, during the debate on the economy, "I grew up a middle-class kid." Kamala, 3 days later, on the economy, "I grew up a middle-class kid." She has no plan for America. All she can do is repeat the same rehearsed talking points.